guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this, the Maruti Ciaz. This is the pre-facelift. This is the Ciaz S. This is the helipad. That's the car. It is modified like crazy, but let's quickly open the engine bay right away and you can see the hood has actually been wrapped. So yeah, that's a nice touch. This is the engine bay. Suzuki motor here. It's very hot right now, but you can see the bonnet is wrapped in black and that treatment looks nice because over here you get eyelids for the headlight as well. Now obviously it gets projector setup, it gets a mesh grille as well, these F1 number plates too. Meanwhile there are DRLs here from Philips and it gets a fog light, it gets a body kit, it gets this extender to prevent any damage to the bumper. So yeah, definitely looks very nice. Just look at the stance of this vehicle. Looks so rad. I love the DRLs on this vehicle which are placed in the center. But as I move around, it's really these wheels which are the highlights because these are 17 inches stance wheels. These are really very wide rims. These are 10.25 inch, which is extremely wide. Now the tire size here is 215/45/17s. These are Michelin rubber, obviously offers good amount of grip. But you can see the wheels actually jutting out from the tire and it's very wide. From the side, a lot of other modifications, body kit, obviously side skirts are placed, tinted windows and rain visors as well. The roof could have done a white treatment, which would have been nice actually. And the stance of the Ciaz is completely changed thanks to the wheels on offer here. Now it gets a rear spoiler, blackened out tail lights as well. And the reflectors now get the light, which sort of might remind you of Lamborghini or probably Audi as well. Now you obviously get treatment on the rear bumper too, rear parking sensors, but there's a rear camera as well over there. But you can see these exposed bricks here because of the number plate design. Now it says petrol with the Nürburgring flag, which actually increases the performance of this vehicle by at least 13%. And the design is really very nice. The car's ride height has been increased so that these big massive tires do not rub with the body, because when you sit a lot of people inside the car, there's an issue of bottoming out. Let's open the boot of the vehicle and yeah, it is light, but the boot is decent size, but you get subwoofers here. In fact, the audio system is absolutely rad, but the spare wheel is obviously the stock 15-inch MRF unit, which is of actually no use as such. You can see a lot of damping here to improve the NVH level inside the vehicle, and the damping is done on all the doors as well. Let's quickly get inside the rear seat, or rather the rear bench of this vehicle. So Ciaz written here, so side garnish is there, door pockets are large enough, but we don't have to get into all that. You can see there's good amount of space on offer, like really good amount of space on offer. But the A pillar, B pillar as well as the C pillar has been finished in Napa leather. Yeah, that's the finishing here, Napa leather, which is very nice. In fact, you get this beautiful treatment which has been done everywhere to give it this amazing sporty look as well. There's so much space on offer. Under thigh support might not be the best, but legroom and kneeroom is massive, headroom is decent, and over here you get a center armrest with twin cup holders. But the real highlight is the roof. You can see the roof. Well, I am sure you can. Now this might remind you of Rolls-Royce cars, the star-studded roof, and you can see the lights are changing. So I've got the remote in my hand. This has been got from Thailand, and it has 350 fiber optic cables inside here for this system. What a beautiful system. I mean, makes the roof look absolutely rad. I can change colors here by pressing button. I can choose like 16 colors on offer, and I can also have multiple colors blinking and all. So this is so freaking cool in this car. Can you see that? Yup, beautiful lights. And I mean, the roof is absolutely mind-boggling and definitely the highlight of this vehicle. Just look at the remote, look at the number of colors on offer, 16 colors. I mean, I can never get bored of this, and I would prefer to sit in the rear bench and soak into this. Just imagine how it's going to look at night, even better. Okay, let's quickly get into the driver's seat. And as you can see, the car's color, the brown shade, actually suits its character pretty much. And over here on the mirror, you obviously get a blind spot mirror too. Usual affair everywhere, but here are some buttons. Now this is obviously for the horn. Let me play the horn. This is the normal horn. I can change it. My personal favorite. What a brilliant horn. I mean, absolutely loud. So many horns in this car, really horny vehicle. Anyways, over here you get this perfume which is known as the Romantic Encounter, and there's a lot of tint, so I kind of feel hemmed in right now. Not much of an airy feeling, but the seat is very comfortable, leather seats of course. Over here you get USB charging sockets, and of course the audio system is brilliant in this vehicle. Center armrest and steering feels nice to hold. On the instrument cluster you got a lot of meters like Big Boys Toys, Baby on Board, Auto Meter, and of course the Transformer logo as well. So certainly a very comfortable car as such, but I love how the attention to detail has been done inside. You can see the roof. My god, the roof looks so freaking awesome. Meanwhile, over here the glove box is large enough, and there you get some Motorbeam stickers and merchandise as well. You know where to go and shop them. I'll put it in the description as well. Any which ways, the audio system is really nice, so let's play the audio right away. As you heard, the audio quality is simply brilliant on this vehicle. It's very bassy, it sounds really nice as well, and of course you can see it gets dual blade wipers too, which work brilliantly well, but there's no water right now, so that's kind of unfortunate. Overall, the mods to this vehicle definitely make it feel more premium, and the audio quality and this treatment over here certainly makes this Ciaz stand out. But how is it to drive? Well, let's get going. Alright, we're all set to go, which means air conditioning is already off into first gear. Motor is very silent, driving the motor. Rev still 5000 RPM and off we go. Rev still 6000 RPM and the motor feels quite eager because this one has been modified. So the stock car puts out 91 horsepower and 130 Newton meters of torque. This one puts out almost 100 horsepower and 150 Newton meters of torque. And yes, it does feel punchy in comparison because there's a lot more thrust on offer. The steering feels unbelievably heavy right now, and yeah, the Ciaz is not really known for a steering which offers good feel or feedback, but this one has much wider tires, 215s, which helps its cause in terms of offering a heavier steering. The ground clearance has been increased as well. That kind of affects the high-speed stability, but the wider tires definitely helps its cause in terms of offering good amount of feel and grip around the corners. So changing directions, yes, it kind of feels sure-footed, but yes, it is light, but somehow it doesn't feel that way anymore because of the mods made to the car. The brakes offer good stopping power, a little soggy for my liking, but get into the throttle, post 3000 RPM, it pulls really strongly. The RPM meter is really pulling hard and fast, and it redlines with eagerness. It also sounds really nice. Now this 1.4 liter petrol engine wasn't the best, but the mods on this car actually make it feel alive right now, and definitely this is a car which feels so much more eager than before. I believe 0 to 100 kilometers per hour should take around 10.5 seconds. The top speed is around 180 kilometers per hour, but you do need a real long stretch of road. The gearbox is really slick shifting. The clutch is on the lighter side, and right now I'm in 5th gear as I get hard with the throttle. A little lag in terms of response, but once past 3000 RPM it wakes up and it pulls really very strongly. Now it does redline around 6000 RPM, but if I get into even a lower gear, let's see, we are in 2nd right now. I'm going to leave the clutch. Here we go. Yeah, there it pulls strongly. Now motor does sound really sweet near the red line, which happens to be at 6000 RPM. Ride quality is great even on these low profile tires, which is surprisingly, shockingly awesome because it kind of feels quite glued to the road. And yeah, still the ride quality is pretty good. Now because this car's tires have been increased massively in terms of size, it had an issue of rubbing with the body. That's why the ground clearance has been increased, and honestly it doesn't really affect its dynamics much negatively because the tires offer so much grip. Now the problem is that in the center head position still there is a lack of feel and feedback from the vehicle, but overall the steering does feel much better than the stock Ciaz, which just felt too soft and soggy. In terms of braking performance, like I told you, brakes are good, little soggy, could have been better in terms of feel and feedback, but the ABS isn't intrusive at all. Okay, let's do one thing, let's get hard onto the gas again, and now you can see in 3rd gear it pulls nice and strong. Okay, let's stop and launch the vehicle yet again. We are in 1st gear. All right, and I'm going to rev the motor really hard. Revving the motor and off we go. Wheel spin on such wide tires, how does that happen? It climbs the revs pretty fast as well. So definitely this Ciaz with some tweaks and mods feels so much better to drive. Otherwise we all know that the Ciaz is far from being a driver's car. It's more comfort oriented, and because it is so comfort oriented, you know, still the ride quality is pretty good. Okay, let's see what it does from here. Body roll is quite well contained, and as I get on the gas in 2nd gear I realize that the sweet sound of a Japanese motor is all you need in life. Trust me, that's all you need in life, because it feels so reassuring to hear that motor sound so sweet and pull so strong past in the mid-range as well. And obviously the top end has to be strong if it's a Japanese motor. Low end could have been slightly better. It feels a bit of a hiccup when you get into the gas immediately, but in city driving it just does fine, I would say. Steering, yeah, one of the biggest gripes of this car, but in terms of comfort, even with the low profile tires, ride quality is brilliant. It's brilliant. Even through these rumblers, can't feel a thing at all. Here you can see taking a turn, so freaking easy. largely because of the fact that the Ciaz is an easy car to drive. The long wheelbase helps its cause in terms of stability, but then around the corner some amount of body roll is definitely present. In spite of the fact that this is a sedan, it has the body roll of an SUV because of the softness of the suspension system on this particular vehicle. Not this particular vehicle, but in the Ciaz in general, the suspension is soft, which really, I mean, it's actually a boon for our roads. But then, you know, I was honestly thinking, looking at the wheels of this car, 17 inches low profile tires, that I mean, it would ride pathetically, but that's far from the case. The ride quality still is so brilliant. That just is testament to the fact that Maruti has done a great job with the suspension of the Ciaz for ride comfort. It's just so freaking brilliant. And the horn, that is even better than anything else I have heard all day long. Into first gear, revving the motor, revs to 5000 RPM, and off we go. Wheels spin with such huge tires. That just tells you how much oomph is there on offer. And off we go again. I love the way it actually redlines. Now obviously this is no VTEC in any which way. Even the new 1.5 litre engine is not close to the one from Honda, but definitely it feels so eager now, because earlier the 1.4 litre engine wasn't that great. This one obviously doesn't get any sort of SHVS or any sort of hybrid technology. The 1.5 litre does get it. The 1.5 litre engine is definitely better with more power and torque on offer. But you know what? The mods actually make this car feel alive. So guys who own a 1.4 litre Ciaz Petrol, do not worry about it. It's a great car. Just give it some tweaks and it will become better. And those who are looking to buy one in the used market, definitely go for it. There's a lot of potential, because after all, this is a Japanese car and it loves to be revved. In fact, quick overtakes, no problem. I didn't even have to downshift here in third gear. Mash the throttle, picks up with ease and absolutely thrusts forward as well. You know what is the best part about the Ciaz? No traction control bullshit. You can rev the nuts out of it without being intervened, because at the end of the day it doesn't make so much power and torque to have any issues in terms of traction and front wheel drive. So obviously you can belly the nuts out of this vehicle, and because it's a front wheel drive, there is this understeering nature if you push it too hard around corners. But for the most part of it, the balance is great. It's a very comfort oriented car, which is a boon on weekdays, and on weekends you can actually go have some fun as well. So great balance between both fun as well as practicality with a modified Ciaz. And if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.